Hello, we are from the Irish News Channel. Here you will find the latest news from Ireland and the world. And today, we will talk about the President of Ukraine. To stay up to date on all our news, subscribe to our channel, and like to help us engage with the videos. But now, let's get to the news. Ukraine's presidency said the country did not expect to take part in talks with Russian officials at the Munich Security Conference, as announced by U.S. President Donald Trump. A common position with allies should be on the table for a conversation with the Russians. At the moment, there is nothing on the table. Discussions with the Russians are not foreseen, Dmytro Litvin, an advisor to President Volodymyr Zelensky, told reporters. The statement came after U.S. President Donald Trump said Ukraine will be part of negotiations to end Russia's brutal three-year war in the country. Mr. Trump spoke a day after announcing plans to start peace talks following separate phone calls on Wednesday with Russian President Vladimir Putin and his Ukrainian counterpart, Volodymyr Zelensky. The U.S. president said he was convinced the Russian leader wants peace, adding, "I think he would tell me if he didn't." Mr. Zelensky has previously warned leaders not to trust Mr. Putin's claims that he wants peace. In a social media post after a call with Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk, Mr. Zelensky said he had warned world leaders against trusting Putin's claims that he is ready to end the war. He wanted to reach an agreement with the United States to stop Putin before holding any peace talks with Russia. Mr. Trump had a long phone call with Mr. Vladimir Putin yesterday and said the sides had agreed to begin negotiations on Ukraine immediately. Mr. Zelensky and senior Ukrainian officials are holding a series of meetings this week with Mr. Trump's allies in Kiev and Brussels and at the Munich Security Conference. The Ukraine-America meetings are a priority for us, Mr. Zelensky said. And only after those meetings, after a plan to stop Putin is worked out, do I think it is fair to talk to the Russians. The Ukrainian leader also said that Mr. Trump had told him that he wanted to speak to Mr. Putin and him at the same time, without giving further details as to why this had not happened. Mr. Zelensky also said that he had told Mr. Trump that without security guarantees, Russia would probably attack Ukraine again. It simply will not be able to accept any deal without us. Ukraine and its European allies have been demanding to be included in any peace talks. But Mr. Trump's unilateral proposal to Mr. Putin, accompanied by apparent concessions on key Ukrainian demands, alarmed Kiev and Europe's NATO allies, who said they feared the White House could strike a deal without them. "We, as a sovereign country, simply will not be able to accept any agreement without us," Mr. Zelensky said. He said Mr. Putin intended to make his negotiations with the United States bilateral, and that it was important not to allow that. European officials have taken an unusually firm stance in public on Mr. Trump's peace proposal, saying any deal would be impossible to implement unless they and the Ukrainians were included in the negotiation. That's one of today's news. Guys, what do you think about all this? Anyway, we always hope for the best to be resolved. Thank you for watching our video. Subscribe to our channel and like to follow us and help us, and also share it with your friends. See you next news.